Seth, habari asubuhi.
Salama sana. Na nyinyi mjambo?
Tujambo.
Niseme nachukua fursa hii kusema asante kwa kuweza kunikaribisha. Thank you again for nisiongee Kiswahili. Unajua pale kwa president niliuliza msione naongea Kiswahili peke yake mkafikiria sikuenda shule. Si ndio Barisa?
What do you mean?
Being a lawyer tunajua ulienda shule.
Lakini mtaniambia hapa amependa Kiswahili sana. You know the problem with the situations
Yeah.
Naturally people from the coast they thought that when you talk Swahili it is like you don't understand English.
Really?
Yes.
That's a bad assumption.
But that assumption has been there, and that's why many times we are told that sisi tunakaa chini ya mnazi kungoja madafu yanguke ama tunangoja maembe yanguke. You know that statement is very very common and very insulting. It means that we are just there waiting for things to happen, to come free. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Dhana potovu.
That's unfortunate. No, because I mean, you know, when nasema tunajivunia kuwa Mkenya, and I only see the way when foreigners come to the country, they would really like to learn the Swahili language, right?
Yeah.
And there's some who speak it well, there's some who do not know how to speak it well.
You know, in South Africa right now, many people are struggling to actually understand Swahili. And they're trying even to teach it in some of the schools.
Yes.
Malema once said anataka Kiswahili ndio ikiwe lugha ya Afrika.
Barisa tunaongea Kizungu leo.
Okay.
Mnakumbuka Kiswahili kitukuzwe kwa lugha ya taifa.
Misikumbuki.
You're a baby.
Wachana na Josh.
Shasema ni mtoto.
Usiseme hivyo Mariam. Kuna mtoto.
Leave it alone, Seth.
Nianza kupigana.
Wacha nitetee.
Lawyer ako kazini.
Tumemwacha. Ni sawa, hakuna.
Lakini nitatuma fee note sasa. Utetezi huo.
It's come to your defense. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too.
Yes, I want us to look at let's take a look at the dailies first, what we had on Daily Nation, and then the Standard newspaper, and then we'll go to the stories or whatever happened over the weekend. So on the front page of Daily Nation, ilikuwa nasema 11 billion Talanta Stadium scandal. So it says that the cost of construction of constructing Nairobi's Talanta Sports City has been inflated by 10.85 billion. This is now according to the Auditor General, right? There were questions. She questioned the unexplained price variation for construction of the 60,000-seater stadium in Nairobi, saying the method of tender award violated procurement laws and that the Attorney General's clearance was never sought before the award of the contract. 10.5 billion is a lot of money. 10.85 billion is a lot of money. The funding that was approved was 35 billion shillings. Yes. Lakini sasa, the amount that was spent was 45.85 billion shillings. Yeah. Why are we seeing this? First of all, tukisema Attorney General's clearance had to be sought. Is that mandatory?
Yeah. You know, for any project, any government project to be done, there has to be an advisory of the compliance status or compliance issues that are supposed to be followed. One, you know, the Talanta Stadium, first of all, you need to understand, is it a government solemnly funded project? No, it's not. It came at a time, I want to come from both angles so that people can understand what we are looking at, and rather than having just a mono site. Talanta Stadium is a project by CAF. I hope you know CAF, yeah?
Yes.
It's the Confederation for Football Association for Africa. So it was partially funded by CAF and partially funded by the government. Why would the procurement law be not followed at this project?
Yeah.
It is because you remember there is a tournament that is coming to Kenya. We were already out of time. You remember the initial project contractor that was given for that project, alikuwa ameshindwa. Until CAF was to be done, I think sometimes last year but one. Then it had to be postponed again.
Ile ya CHAN.
Yes.
Ya CHAN.
Yes.
Ikapelekwa
exactly. So right now, whatever is happening, ni ile harakati ya ikimbizwe.
Yes.
Therefore, as normally it would happen is that when you rush on things, definitely the prices are going to be very high. And again, I think that if you've ever been around that stadium, you would see work being done day and night. So definitely there's a cost effect.
Yeah.
So all these cost effects, and you remember also the army had to come in so that to ensure that the project goes as per schedule.
But already imechelewa.
Yeah, imechelewa lakini
because projection ilikuwa ni December.
No, me Barisa, I'm just giving an overview of how government projects are supposed to be done.
Yeah.
But for this specific project, it wouldn't follow the normal kind of procedure because we were out of time. You remember also Tanzania is out of time. Uganda is also out of time. So the only country I think that is ahead with its project, it's only Kenya.
So we think
so
that
far.
So ngoja. Tanzania wako na viwanja viwili ready. Wanajenga wa Arusha.
No.
Arusha ndo inaendana na hii. Lakini yao iko 60%.
Yes. So you see the nature of what is happening is that all the countries were given money. So you are told this is the money, you need to develop a certain thing. And you have this specific period of time. So unapata kama sasa Tanzania, you know last year they had election. So virtually nothing was happening. And that's why sisi tuko mbele. Uganda now pia wamekuwa na election. So virtually I think we are ahead of all the countries ambazo hold nazo. So be it I'm not defending that corruption was not there.
Yeah.
But what I can tell, you need to have the hard facts first.
So what if Seth, a good breakdown there,
yes.
If you're saying the amount that was supposed to be issued was 35 billion shillings,
yes.
then the 10.5 billion shillings, where could it have come from? The extra 10.5 billion.
Okay, from my experience with government projects,
yes,
any alteration with a mega project, we are talking about 35 billion. So if you just say even 10% or 20%, that's already the 10.
Exactly.
You understand? So for any government project, there is usually a window for something called variation. The variation goes up to 25%.
Okay.
So if you calculate the 3.5, the 35 billion at 25%, it will come to around that much. So it means there were a lot of variation.
Yeah.
And you also remember that even the president had declared that the Talanta is not Talanta anymore. Those are cost effects. Yeah, so all those the branding and everything,
yes.
That's another whole cost effect.
Jina tu Raila Odinga.
No, hiyo jina but ukumbuke ni vyuma pale juu. Na ni vyuma venye ukiangalia from far, they are very visible. So what I'm trying to say is that, let me tell you, when Shah came in, I think I came here, na Barisa alikuwa anawasha moto ya kusema hiyo kitu isaidie nini hiyo
kitu isaidie haiwaka.
Anawashanga moto sana.
Yes. Right now, are we still in the same position?
But we are banange. Nini?
Yeah, we are.
No. Let me tell you. And I usually tell people, you see, Shah, for me, I am disadvantaged, the person that I have a pay slip. But for the person that does not have a pay slip, is advantaged to that person.
How?
And you see, what we are shrouded in is politics. Sahi wewe sahi uende into a government institution. you understand? You go to a government institution and you've fully paid SHA. It is fully paid. The amounts are fully paid. You are not supposed to remove any amount in that government, which is level 1 and level 2. For level 3 and 4, 5, hiyo kuna ka cost effect. So the cost effect is usually sometimes shared. Nataka tuelewane hapo. Sijui kama tuko pamoja.
Hebu tuende.
Level 1 hospital are dispensaries. So any person who goes to a dispensary in this country
is free.
It is supposed to be 100% free.
Yeah.
No, level 2.
Level 2, which are called health centers, are supposed to be 100% free.
Okay.
So you see the transition from where we were and right now where we are developing. I can assure you. And this one I am telling you because I have seen many people. Mimi nilikuwa nalikwa zinaitwa aje fundraiser harambe. Right now hardly am I called to pay for the harambes. And this one I'm telling you as a person mwenye nimeteseka kuchangia watu kwenda mahospitali.
Okay, when you say that wewe kama uko na payslip you're disadvantaged,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Saizi SHA, I don't know if that's still there. You're supposed to those who are not being deducted from the payslip, I don't know if it happens. You're supposed to have paid it for a year, right?
No. There's a program.
Remember the way NHIF used to pay monthly?
Exactly. There's also that program. 300. There's also that program that you can even pay monthly. But if you're paying monthly, it has to get to SHA before the 15th. If you default, it means that amount is like in arrears. It will reflect in the system as an in arrears. And once it reflects in the system as in arrears and you go to any hospital, those are the issues that I think the government needs to tell people.
Okay, Seth, when we're talking about, you've talked about dispensary, you've talked about the health center, Sindio.
But you're making me now be the government spokesperson.
No, because you've decided to be the government spokesperson.
Wacha tuende nayo.
So anyway, but we are enlightening our listeners so that they can understand. Let me tell you. Just a moment. Step 1.
Yes.
If you pay SHA for the whole year, they will be catered. My idea is that the governors needs to step in right now. You see what Mombasa is happening right now? You know, Mombasa, the governor has decided to put a kitty, which I think is around 3,200 per family. But do you know Mombasa County right now is earning more than the 3,000 that it invested?
What do you mean by that?
It is like this. You see, for SHA, if I pay your full amount right now, it means I cover you, Barisa, your wife, and how many children do you have? Watatu. Na hata yule mmoja wako wa nje yuko na birth certificate unaongezea hapo. So you are allowed, you can put up to 2 wives and up to 6 children. Tuko pamoja. So you can imagine if this family of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is sick, how much are they going to be paid in the hospital in a year, in a full year? Mimi nikiwa mgonjwa ninalipiwa na serikali haitalipa 6,000, italipa hundreds of thousands. Or even me, for example, if I go to hospital and I'm sick, it will pay 100,000. Then for the child, it will pay another around, tuseme wamekuwa wagonjwa, wamelazwa, italipa kitanda, italipa madawa, another 20 or 30, 50K. You get, how much is it? Is 150. So 150 goes to the county government. Meanwhile, you as a person, you've only paid like around 7,200. Is it? I think it's 3,200 or 7,200. I'm not so sure. For the whole year.
So you think it's
this math is not math.
So who gets the advantage? It is the county government, because it is a revenue earner through the health system.
Sasa that hiyo ni county na benefit. I don't have problem with Mombasa County, wamecheza game yao fresh clean.
Yes.
Wao wana benefit from the the SHA stuff.
Yes.
But the issue is hapa turudi kwa huyu mwananchi. Umesema health hizo zahanati na health center wanaingia wanatibiwa, but you have to be registered.
Yes, you have to be registered.
But upate matibabu.
Register, it's just a USSD. You just register via your phone. And even if you cannot, kuna universal health community workers.
Na disadvantage ya Miriam mwenye ameuliza mimi mwenye niko registered na Gato.
Yes.
Disadvantage yangu ni nini?
Disadvantage yako ni kwa you pay a higher because it is in percentage. Sijui kama umenipata.
It is in percentage of what you get.
Yes, it is in percentage of what you get in your salary.
Okay. So
it is not the at 7,200. It is a full percentage. So for the people, actually, this is like Robin Hood. You steal from the rich
to give to the poor. Okay. We've talked about dispensary. We've talked about the health facility. We had a story last month of cancer patients who were saying that SHA wasn't working and they were unable to get the services, right?
Yes.
This was in is it in Kenyatta National Hospital, right?
Yes.
And a lot more people will come up and say it's not working because when you go to the hospital, you're told that SHA does not cover this area. So who are these people that you're saying that
let me tell you
are benefiting from SHA?
Miriam and Barisa and Josh. You need to understand how insurance work. And SHA is not like it is just like any other insurance. You see, the problem with us Kenyans, we don't dig into getting the concrete facts and information. You know, the problem is that we are swayed with propaganda and politics of the day. This is it. There's something called preconditioned. They're called preconditioned pre-existing conditions. Yes, pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
So you imagine some people just have the form without telling that I have this pre-existing condition.
Yes.
And the law under insurance is that the pre-existing condition usually has a capping. So people need to know nikiwa na cancer pre-existing condition amount yangu ni how much in this figure. So watu wanatakana kujua kitu ambacho watu wanatakana kufanya, they need to see on the T&C, the terms and conditions. Nanipata. It is the same way. For example, if you are having an epileptic child, don't expect that epileptic child will be treated inaitwa ile atipaka mwisho. No, it has an amount ambayo mtu anaekewa in a year. Why is it so? So that people, you know, insurance is like how do you say? It's supposed to put you in the same position as if that thing had not happened.
Kitu ambacho unasema hapa Mheshimiwa Speaker ni kwamba sehemu kubwa ni sisi ndio wenye makosa, because most of us ukiulizwa hizo condition pale kwa kujaza unasema hauna. Is that what you're trying to say?
Something like that. Actually, it's something like that. Because many people, nikikuuliza Barisa, umeshaangalia hizo terms and conditions za SHA?
Mimi niliweka nayo.
Uli?
Aliboeka nayo.
Lakini uliboeka nayo.
Nilishaenda
lakini unailipia.
Nishaenda hospitali. Yes. And then nikaambiwa hii na hii. Hata si hospitali kubwa.
Yes.
But nikisema ataniambia nilienda private.
Yes.
Umeelewa? Na hiyo siku alikuja hapa nilimwambia. Nilienda hospitali. Nikaambiwa sasa Barisa, hii hapa utalipa. Hii SHA itaingilia. Hiyo mali waliingilia ni 150.
Yes.
Alafu 150 shillings.
150 alafu na nini nyingine ilikuwa wanatoa hapo nini easy pain killers.
Yes.
Hiyo wali nini, the rest kuna dawa hapo hailipi utanunua.
I want to challenge I want to challenge Swahili Pot. They need to call someone from SHA.
We'll do a spot check.
Yeah, you need to do that spot check
and
call someone so that he can explain and make us learned in this aspect, because I think a lot of propaganda imeingizwa kwa hii story of which it's something that if we give it time, you know, a baby cannot walk and start running.
Okay, so what you're saying is, so that we may move, what you're saying is it started off with a lot of issues, but now it's working. Okay, baby steps.
Yes, it's baby step.
Okay,
yeah.
Sawa.
That one I agree, but
do you use it?
mimi unajua mimi ni chuma siku mgonjwa rahisi Barisa na kunywa mkilifi mbaya sana.
Tuachane leo story Miriam.
Yes, let's look at what happened. What did we have on the standard?
Machungwa kidogo.
I know we want to leave the Shah story so quick.
Yeah.
But there's a Shah highlight on the standard.
Yes.
It's talking about the recruitment wrangles that leave the fate of former NHIF staff in limbo.
Yes.
So it's like there's a gap in transition, whereby we were expecting there's over 200 former NHIS staff who were even seconded to the Public Service Commission that they were to be integrated into the new system. A lot of centers from NHIF that were supposed to be part of the transition that have been left out of. So it's like in this transition from NHIF to SHA, we have left out not just a number of centers of service for the people, but also the people who are serving in those centers have also not been included in this transition. So I think that's the dilemma right now. Over 1,400 former staff in a state prolonged uncertainty as recruitment wrangles continue into February of 2026. So that's one of the headlines that is on the standard. Another headline is Northeastern's Kenya's horrid story of conflict and state neglect. So at the moment, we're talking about how the northeastern Kenya is facing drought, and not just drought, but history of conflict and systemic state neglect it's often referred to as the forgotten north. The relationship has been defined as a transition from colonial era isolation to post-independence military operations and economic marginalization. So basically, we are looking at the north of Kenya seems to be segregated, but it's not just the only regions that are segregated. Other people might argue even some parts of Rift Valley is segregated. Some parts of coastal Kenya are segregated in terms of economic development, in terms of like the state looking into the affairs of what is happening in these regions. So in your position right now, how do you approach areas or situations whereby you feel like you need help from the national government, but it is hard to reach certain support?
Right now, at my say is that anything to do with drought should squarely be put onto the county governments. Because number one, agriculture is devolved. Livestock keeping is also devolved, and I think for many counties that have neglected on agriculture, what I believe is that if people put the correct strategy, that drought would not be there, because the county governments have been here for the last 13 years. Therefore, for the northeastern region, I think it is a bit unfortunate. Because you see, okay, even here at the coast and Kwale, I can't deny that we are experiencing drought from you see where Maji ya Chumvi is all the way to Macnon. For Macnon, we understand because sometimes they cultivate, then the animals come in, eat. But for areas like Maji ya Chumvi all the way to Samburu, then you go to Puma, Vigurungani, that area right now it's a bit in the next few weeks, if the sun continues like this, we might see relief food going there. So I want to say it is a challenge to the devolution family that it is high time we need to put strategies for long-term solutions rather than having cosmetics and politics around the lives of our people.
Seth, there was a story we spoke about last week where there was a research that was done,
Yes.
and also measures were put in place to mitigate the situation, the drought situation, right?
Yes.
The only thing is that it was not implemented. And when you say that we go back to the county governments, there was also a story of governors who were actually ruling these counties from Nairobi. Right,
From that
they don't really they're not in the region. They don't stay there. They don't know what's happening with their people.
They just visit.
And one would say that time and time again, we'll come back and say, oh, there's drought in this area. Right now, it's 3.1 million people who are facing hunger. Right? It's not that we do not know that this is bound to happen. It's that we're not planning. But then why are we seeing a consistent lack of planning?
Let me ask Miriam.
Yeah.
Whose problem is it? In the north, whose problem is it?
It is people's problem.
It is people's problem. It is the individual. Because why would you vote for someone who stays in Nairobi and then you go back and back again voting for that person?
Yeah.
Because in Northeastern, I think there's no governor who has not done 2 terms.
All of them.
Most of them right now, they are completing on their 2 terms.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2, why would the people from Northeastern allow that their leaders stay in Nairobi and they rule them from Nairobi? They have MCAs there. They have leaders who can recall those leaders or even impeach them and get other people that can work for them. The Constitution and the law outlines each and every unique situation that can cure a problem. Therefore, I would say, and you know, in our philosophical, or we say jurisprudence. Jurisprudence is the science of law.
Yeah.
In our jurisprudence, it is stated that if a person is indolent, the law does not help you. Indolent means being lazy. If you are lazy at your rights, no one will come to you and tell you, wake up,
yeah,
let's go for our right. No one. You're supposed to wake up and ensure that you keep. And you see how Gen Z's activated their rights.
Yeah.
Right now, the government is all over running up a helter-skelter to ensure that the Gen Z's are either given an opportunity or there is an opportunity for them that they can reach so that it solves the solution for unemployment.
Mimi niko na swali pale mahali uliposema kwamba agriculture is devolved.
Yes.
It is true. Tunaona iko devolved. Hata health tunaambiwa iko devolved. But how devolved is it devolved?
Right now it's fully devolved. Agriculture is fully devolved.
What do you mean by fully devolved?
Fully devolved means implementation is fully done by the county. What is happening in agriculture, it is only policy that is left at the national level, which as per the constitution, the 4th schedule, it is as per that. Inasema agriculture must be devolved and the national government remains with the policy making. To be sincere, from where I'm seated right now, anything to do with agriculture and fishing and anything blue economy
is fully devolved.
It's fully devolved.
So when you analala ni magavana.
Yes.
So it's a county function.
That's a fully county function.
Yeah.
Whatever is not fully devolved right now, it is just health.
Okay. We are speaking to Speaker Kwale County, that is Seth Mwatela, and of course we're looking at stories that are making headlines around us. So now when we get back, we'll take a look at Linda Mwananchi, the Linda Mwananchi team, what happened in Kakamega, and also they do have plans to come here in the coast region. We'll be right back. Good morning. And now, Seth, over the weekend, Linda Mwananchi, imeenda kwa the second. This is like the second rally. Third rally.
Yeah, using third. Busia, Kitengela, Kakamega.
Yes. Okay. So on the I'll just go back to what the Standard newspaper says on the front page. It says the dynamic duo, and it says with 2 lives lost as the state reverts to its old habits of using violence to protect power, the country's youth are rallying behind the Mimi Ndiye Sifuna or Sisi Ndio Sifuna slogan. Political analysts say recent ODM clashes have lifted the fog over party alignments, revealing a growing desire for a younger generation to carry Kenya's aspiration into 2027. The two most dynamic figures now tasked with sustaining this momentum are embattled ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna and Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino. I want to take you back to what happened when ODM met and also decided that they wanted to push Sifuna out as the Secretary General, right? And then now alikuja kasema he's still the Secretary General for ODM. And now we're seeing Linda Mwananchi coming together. They were in Kitengela, then they were in Kakamega, and with the chaos, can they maintain this momentum?
Yes, because let me tell you, what is happening in Kenya, I love it. I love it because it is giving the citizen option. It is creating another generation of leaders.
Yeah.
You know, there has been the seasoned politician and the ones that have been actually uko juu.
Yes.
Hii damu inachemka kwa wengine, so the country is also bracing up for such politicians.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, these people, the other time I told you that if the situation remains as it is, you remember I told you take it to the bank that the president is going to win unopposed. You see the dynamic that has come in right now.
Yeah.
It is going to complicate that aspect right now, because let me tell you, all the politicians in opposition are usually supported by Kenyans. Kenyans in nature, we've been opposition all through. Yeah. So wakina Sifuna ndio Sifuna, my friend, they will make the president run for his man, because you see the aspect and the generational change that people are seeing is that these are the people that might even take up certain good position in 2032. So people are jostling up, not even for 2027, it's 2032.
Yeah.
And you see Sifuna had actually wanted probably to go and Babu for 2032 presidency, but unaona sasa imeletwa karibu.
Yes.
Yeah, so me, I'm happy. I usually tell as many young people, let's go for these positions.
If hypothetically speaking, I know he's probably they've not said that they're going to vie for the presidential position, right?
Yes.
But with the momentum that we're seeing and the people rallying behind them, would they even stand a chance in 2027 if one of them were to say that I'm vying for the presidency?
I can assure you they are going to, if they declare.
Yes.
Watageuza kura mingi sana. Because you see that segment, it has a Gen Z effect. It has a disgruntled Kenyan who is going to go into that corner. Yes. They're going to have people who are disillusioned by the Ruto regime going that side. You know, you're going to get the people who are rebellious of Kenya as a whole. And then now you get the huge chunk that is actually fed up with all politicians. So you see that segment alone has so much that that even if Ruto is going to win, he's going to have a headache out of that. And then for I don't know, should I use that language?
Just not curse.
No, not cursing, but the ethos, the ethos of Ruto and the ethos of this other side. Barisa ni kuexplainia ethos ni nini? Oh, sawa.
Explain ethos.
Ethos of Ruto and ethos.
You know, there is a term called pathos, ethos.
Yes.
Yes, and logos. You know, ethos is whereby you see a certain aspect of a person, and then that person can get into the system and ensure that anatoka na watu kadhaa. Okay. So it is like behavior, nikikuja hapa tunaongea kidogo kabla tuanze show, then you get close and then we start the show. and then there is that person who would come, is just stiff. You understand?
Yeah.
Now it's like book straight. Tunaongea, what is your question? This and that, you find it in this katiba and that and then I walk away. Yes. Yeah. You understand?
You get that.
Point, yeah.
We've had them, by the way.
So the when you check on how the trajectory is,
yes,
they have aligned themselves na wamejishikanisha na mwananchi. Nitumie Kiswahili ndio nisi explain terms. So wamejishikanisha na mwananchi in such a way that our jamaa mwananchi can relate, can give them a chance, can pour their heart. But for Ruto now, when you check, people like, they want to like him, but they don't trust him.
They want to like him, but
they want to like him, but they don't trust him because of the many promises that have been given that many people think that they have not been achieved. So getting the public trust towards government and towards the opposition, where will many people go? Yes. So you see that public trust is already sold out by those two young guys.
If we're looking at the team that has been coming up, we've seen the opposition, right? Yes. We're seeing Fred Matiang'i coming in as well. We've seen former Chief Justice David Maraga. We're also seeing Kalonzo Musyoka coming up, right?
Yes.
And so there's been a faction, a group that has been in the opposition, but not as one would say their hold has not been as strong, right? Are we now in a space where we can say that now Kenya has an opposition that can actually go head to head with the president come 2027? If these two teams were to even come together, even looking at a situation where they can come together, the opposition as a whole can come together and field one candidate, would that get to a space where we're not seeing the president going as a two-term?
Okay, let me ask you. It is simple.
Yes.
How many presidential candidates do we have? We have Ruto.
So many.
We have Fred. We have Kalonzo. Martha Karua. Maraga.
Yes.
And now this new Matiang'i and the new team that has come up.
Yes.
Probably they have not declared, but we are seeing the kind of crowds that they are luring. Any person would wake up and say that ninaenda nayo. You know, the crowd is actually it is how do we say,
the hype is there.
It is
organic. Yes.
Sasa umeenda huko, mimi sikuwa naenda huko. It has a good climax, because when you see what happened in Kitengela, what happened, those crowd are just natural crowds. Mtu anatoka anataka tu kushow rebelliousness, and that's how Kenyans we are. Wewe kosea wa Kenya tu mtandao, you will see how rebellious sisi tuko. Mtu ataanza kukwambia kichwa ka kikombe. You know, people love that agitation and fighting for something that they think it is right, whether it's not right, whether it's, so long as we are fighting for that, Kenyans will go with it until the last.
Do you think with the wave that we're seeing, we'll also now see young people now go register as voters?
I don't think. I told you the problem with the young people, unapata kama sasa sahi, many have not gotten the IDs right now. I know there is a lot of challenge. Even the government, I think it's really trying to do mass registration, but I pick vijana wachukui kura, hawachukui kitambulisho.
So what is this wave for? Will it be for nothing?
No, the wave is, umeshisikia kuna msemo fulani naambiwa, ngoma ya kijana haifiki asubuhi, haikeshi. Sasa depending on how you are going to
umeongea vizuri, alafu
awacha aseme ngoma ya kijana haikeshi.
Maisha haifiki asubuhi, ngoma ya wazee ndio wanayokesha.
What does that mean in this context?
I think in the next session we will come and demystify that saying, but in essence it is actually saying that, you know, for young people, they get lured with a lot of stuff along the way. So achieving an end goal for young people, it's usually very hard. Like this, for example, we have an agitation that we want to change the leadership.
Yeah.
But if you're not taking the vote, what does it tell? It tells that you're not going to change anything, because that day you're going to be home.
But when we are looking at the young person themselves who decided to take a stand to not take the vote,
Yes.
I think we're failing to see the reason as to why many young people say they don't want to vote. Because most of them feel like their vote is powerless. They feel like the decision has already been made.
No.
It is true that
No, in a democratic situation, you don't put that mind.
It is true.
When you go vote, how many people vote when you go into that ballot box?
Only one person votes.
Yes. So that one vote yako, just be confident with it.
Are we turning a blind eye to the voting irregularities that have happened in each and every
it is upon me
election
and
that
you
has
now.
happened?
It is upon me, you and us to ensure that we change. You know, let me tell you, in 2000 I think I started voting in my first ilikuwa ile ya machungwa, maembe, sijui ilikuwa no, ilikuwa ndizi.
Chungwa na ndizi.
No, kulikuwa na chungwa na ndizi.
Chungwa na ndizi ndio ilizaa hii chungwa ambalo liko.
So my first vote was that
202.
202.
Okay.
No, not 202. It was either 206 or 207. No, it was
unasema kupiga 205 ndio ilikuwa referendum.
Yes.
205 and then 207 ndo tukaenda uchaguzi na ODM.
Yes.
So kama ulivote ya kwanza ni
205.
Yeah, okay.
So why are we telling you that? Let me give you history of Kenya. In 1982 up to 92, no one was allowed. In fact, if you wanted to vote, you had to have a card ya kijogo fulani hapo. Lazima ulikuwa kuwe na hiyo card so that you can even go vote. Na watu walikuwa wa vote, unaenda kupiga foleni hivi. Mlolongo. Yes, ilikuwa inaitwa the mlolongo system.
Yeah.
So you could see people wakipiga foleni hivi. Sasa you can imagine we came from that side. Paka sahi tuko na secret ballot. Secret ballot only came I think in 2002. 2002 I think it was 2002 ama 97. Ndio ilikuwa the first time Kenyans were voting through 97 Masaya Ngilu.
Masaya Ngilu, yeah.
97 Masaya Ngilu ndio watu walikuwa wanachukua ile vote, wanaenda unapiga peke yako, hakuna mtu anakuona. So you can imagine zamani ilikuwa aje. So as Kenyans we are developing both democratically and also giving the democratic aspect into life. Therefore you can imagine from 97 2007 to 2013 2017 to 2022. Yeah. Those are 25 years. So it has taken us over 25 years for us to see change in our voting system. So a change does not come overnight. Some of us we appreciate. Unajua si tulianzia simu ilikuwa inakuanga hapo kwa inalia ni moja. Unaenda unashika.
Yeah.
Naona. So paka ikatoka hiyo ikakuja like we've seen the change, and I think that it is the only generation that I think we've seen from writing letters. You know, you would write your girlfriend a letter. I was in a school called Sawagongo. I would to Nia girls. You write a letter, then you look for a perfume. You put it there, and then it's taken there. You wait for 2 weeks for you to get the response.
Yeah.
So you see that this is beautiful change. Right now unapata hujajibu mtu WhatsApp dakika 2.
Yes.
Hey my friend, unaenda kuexplain. So it has been a systematic change, which we appreciate.
Yes.
And I feel it will reach a time that we will get into an electronic system where you don't have to go for that.
Yeah.
For vote.
Kupanga line.
Yes.
Are you bringing out the young people in Kwale to register to vote?
How it depends. It depends because the mass registrations have not started for voters. But when they do, I'm not going for any political seat. But I will be an agitator to ensure that many young people get to vote. I think it's sometimes next year in January. It's when we are going to get the mass voter registration.
Mimi swali, last time ukiwa hapa ulisema same statement kwamba the young people kuregister, yes ulizungumza. Alafu ukasema na asubuhi nilikuwa nimemuuliza, tulikuwa tunazungumza nikawaambia kwamba wanaishi na trigger. The last time 2014 kulikuwa na trigger ya finance bill and blah blah blah. Yes. So do you believe hii trigger sahihi ya sisi ndio yule alikuwa ni mimi, sasa wao wameichukua sisi ndio this is a trigger yenye imekuja na ni wave inatembea. Huoni kama inaweza ikaleta mabadiliko na muamko kwamba sasa this is the time tuende tukaregister hiyo ambayo inakuja March na hiyo ya mass ya next year?
You see the problem with Akina Sifuna is one, and they are young people like me, but I say they need to be very systematic because change is on their side. You know, who would know that Baba would die?
No one.
Who would know that Baba, if he dies, ODM will split and Sifuna would emerge to be very powerful?
No one.
You see, these are systematic changes ambazo zimefanyika because of nature na zimepatia someone an opportunity without that person knowing. I can assure you where Sifuna right now is seated might not have done this calculation. It's the flair of the moment, na akaona chance, na akaona opportunity, and they declared. I can assure you in the next coming days, you might even see Sifuna and Babu, either of them, not going for the gubernatorial or Senate seat, respectively, and decide to go for the presidency.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that here there is a change. The problem now with them is that if I would be them and if I would advise, it's that they need to be issue-based. Because what brought Baba to the hearts of wananchi is that Baba alikuwa atakuja atasema tubebe sufuria, and people watabeba sufuria, and the sufuria is symbolic that people are suffering because of economical factors that are hitting them.
Yeah.
Also, they back this movement with real issues. Talk about what is actually happening.
Baba at no time he would call for maandamano if there were no substantive issues to be agitated for.
But in all honesty, the Linda Mwananchi is not even towards the opposing ODM faction. They believe that their key focus is
that's
on
why I'm saying they need to come up with issues. Yeah, kuna faction ya ODM, but they need to relate with the people. They need to show the person that
the people hawataki ODM.
Waambie watu ya kuwa jamani, sasa hii economy imekuwa ngumu, watu mishahara inakatwa, you know, things like those. Ndio issue based. Ndio mwananchi ana relate na haraka. So unajua sasa hii wakienda mkutano nyingine waendelee na ile ya like they are attacking wananchi, they will get fatigue.
Yeah.
And then they will many people will start looking for other option. Then the constant factor comes in.
I mean, it's the same thing we always see. We hear our president say that the opposition does not have an agenda, right?
True.
And you'll hear that the opposition would say that we want to make the president a one-term president, and we ask, and then what? Right? Like and then what? So okay, fine. You've rendered me a one-term president. So what do you have to offer to the people, right? So it goes back to even as, and I think that's what we're talking about earlier on today, that as a Kenyan citizen, you look at all these parties that are coming up, all these groups that are coming up. What are what are their ideologies, right? What is it that you have that would make me go to the ballot and actually vote for you, or rather that would make me stand with you? Right now we see people come together and say we need a different government, right? Okay, what's the alternative to the different government, and what are you going to do different? Like Salim, what are you bringing to the table? Seth, what are you bringing to the table? And Josh, what are you bringing to the table? And I think you're right when you say that people want to know what is it. right? We are riding on this. We're riding on the wave. We're backing you. We have you have us, right? But also, what is it? Anyway.
Lakini mimi nafeel kama tunamharakisha. We are rushing Sifuna.
No, it's not just him.
Yeah.
For me, it's
there's no time. Let me tell you,
it is true.
We're not rushing him, but he doesn't have time.
Yeah, true.
Because already there is consolidated united opposition. There is the president who is already moving, and you know the president. Let me tell you, if you really want to understand the president that we have, that guy will, in his speech, will start with the government agenda, and then huku mwisho ndio ataanza kutukana watu wenzake.
Yes. After he's already spoken
so for
business.
A sensible person anaanza kujiambia lakini sasa hata huyu mtu tunampiga, unanipata? My friend, if you listen to the president, wekewa hapa Gachagua na wekewe Ruto hapa, between the two, whom are you going to listen? Remove head.
Day and night tunaondoka tu na Ruto.
Yes, you will give Ruto 1 hour listening to him, but for Gachagua you will listen, and then at the end of it utajiuliza huyu jamaa amesema nini. Kwa mfano, let's just talk juju tu. Hii interview ilifanywa juzi. Yes.
It I think the takeaway was the voice note.
Hakuna kitu.
Sasa kitu ambacho tunasema ni nini? You know, the opposition was very quick at saying that sisi tunaungana. That was a wrong move. From where I was seated, these people, kila mtu angefanya kampeni yake, a consolidate region yake, then at the end of it ndio sasa wakuje pamoja.
Washikane.
Nanipata, wangesumbua the government. But ukisema tu mnaungana sahi na mna hit the ground, my friend, sahi si hizo rally za kina Gachagua ziko
wameanza, si wanaenda Kisii leo jana.
But with the vibrancy ambayo walianza nayo,
vibe sahi imehamia kwa sisi.
So sahi we are having another aspect,
another vibe.
Remember one thing, the root of vote is constant. The root of vote is constant. But sasa hawa tayari wameshagawanya. So the many opposition ambao wako already, kuna ODM, kuna United Opposition, na kuna
Maraga yuko
kuna Maraga, na kuna Team Sifuna. So already kwa opposition kuna 5 factions. So they're already scattered. So meaning this guy has a consolidated vote ambayo yeye ni yake, ni mwanzo yeye ni serikali with all the machineries and everything. Then the 5 are trying to consolidate ground so that they fight.
What do you think that conversation is going to be easy for all these groups that are in opposition to
come
sit
together
down and be like, this is the person we are going to select? Do you think it's going to be an easy conversation?
They don't even have to select anyone. They just need to consolidate their votes and ensure that whatever vote Ruto had does not get it. And they consolidate, because out of those many people, if they consolidate the coast, they consolidate the northeastern na Rift Valley, mwachie Ruto. Unanipata? Uconsolidate coast, uconsolidate western, Nyanza,
Central.
Na Central. Anatoa kura wapi?
All right, let's move.
Anatoa kura wapi zikibwagizo?
Now, Seth, I want to take you to the cooperation deal agreement that was signed by the national government and Nairobi County government, right? And of course, this deal, the key focus areas of cooperation are transport and road infrastructure, joint planning and execution on roads, mobility and congestion relief projects, solid waste management, that is coordination approaches, and then waste source development and supply, and then public lighting and urban services. And of course, this is to, is it a tune of 80 billion that's supposed to go? The deal comes with an 80 billion shilling cooperation framework that will be used to support this joint projects over the next 24 months. We already have a team that has gone to court, and they are actually saying that they're fighting that cooperation between Nairobi County government and and the national county government. What do we think? What do you think about this cooperation deal? Is it valid? Is it a show of laxity on Nairobi's governor Nairobi's governor's side.
There is a county or a federal system called the District of Columbia. I don't know if you know it.
Enlighten us.
The District of Columbia is where Washington sits. It is the core unit of the United States. It does not have a governor. Does it have a mayor? I think it has a mayor, but it is fully run by the national government of the United States. So where the State House is cannot be claimed by any county. So why am I giving you this story of the District of Columbia? It has a history. And the history of it is that in US, it has something called federal systems.
Yeah.
And in the federal systems, there are aspects like National Guard, the aspect that have national values in it. They are fully run by the government. Let me tell you, I think our constitution is one of the best constitution because we borrowed some of the aspects from the US, from the UK, and also from the Asian countries. So currently we have a constitution called a hybrid constitution, which has almost 2 layers of each government institutions. Many people have not understood that. You see, even the judiciary, it has 2 layers. The national government itself, which includes the national parliament, the executive and the judiciary, it has 2 layers. For example, the parliament has
the Senate and the National Assembly.
Yes, has the Senate and the National Assembly with a body that actually runs this institution, which is called the
PSC.
The National Parliamentary Service Commission. You understand? So with this hybrid system, let me not converge into it because it's a bit complicated. And I don't want to be very technical also, but I want to go back into what I'm trying to say is that with the kind of hybrid system that we have in Kenya, Nairobi, when you look into it as a political state, hatutaenda mbali, because the cartels through matatus, hawkers, and the people who are running those streets, we are not going to develop that town. So that's why for the last 3 governments, you could see an aspect or a hand of the national government even to do anything. Let me tell you, if there is any litigious or a county that has spent a lot of money on legal fights, it is Nairobi. I think right now they're in tune of almost billions, paying to owing to lawyers and everything. So I think it is high time for the national government. You see how NMS used to do its work. Yeah. They delivered. If it were not for NMS, I'm pretty sure most roads in Nairobi wouldn't have been done. Because you see, the governor is a populist governor. And you cannot remove the hawkers from town. How do you remove the people that are having a biggest voting block for you? So a sober decision has to be made.
And so, according to you, is this cooperation agreement a good deal for the county?
You want my yes or no? Yeah. I will give you that. I will give you that. For me, where I'm seated,
yes,
it is high time that the government has to take over Nairobi and ensure, because look at Kigali. Kigali has a mayor. The mayor runs the town and all aspects of the town, but the national government had to step in to ensure that it is it is there is a overhaul of everything. And right now I cannot tell you, if you compare Kigali and Nairobi, Kigali is ahead of us. What is happening in Addis, they're either ahead of us or they are almost
catching up.
No, we can't catch up with Addis. Yes, the town is actually a small Dubai right now. Very neat, and they're coming up. It is a construction site. Like, things are moving, systems are moving. You see, like in Nairobi right now, you get into Nairobi, the street lights are either broken down because you put today, after 1 week, there are no systems. So from where I'm seated, I think the national government has to come in, ensure that systems are put, surveillance is done, and Nairobi is safe for everyone, to an extent that even if you're going to push to ensure that it is a system, it is a state town, so that you clear and ensure that everything becomes safe for everyone. Because Nairobi is the first city anyone who comes to Kenya gets into it.
What do you have to say to this? The petition that was filed by Bernard Pitt and Christine Gadongi. They said that it's unlawfully shifting control of devolved functions, right? That they want the 80 billion deal suspended, arguing that it unlawfully shifts control of devolved functions, bypasses public participation, and exposes public funds to unapproved expenditure.
Now, I don't want to.
It is a county.
Pardon?
I mean, Nairobi government. It's a county, right?
I'm just reading the constitution here.
Yes.
Just go to 187. 187 says transfer of government function. You know, the constitution allows for actual transfer of either government or national functions. Let me read. A function or power of government at one level may be transferred to a government at the other level by agreement between the government, if the function or power will be more effectively performed. Is it law or not law?
It is law. I mean, even
what I'm reading.
Yes, it is.
What
law.
I'm reading.
Yeah.
Because you see, many people talk politics, which sometimes it pains me, because, you know, as a government we need to move forward. If you travel outside here, many countries are moving forward. Tanzania here, maze unafika kwa airport yao imejengwa na Dinata is inaitwa Dubai National Aviation and Transport Authority. Imejengwa. They have a beautiful inaitwaje a beautiful airport. Let me tell you, the Adani deal, tungewapatia wafanye job. Wakifanya job, tunakuja na hizo technicality, tunawangoa after wametujengea airport. Those are
Kenyan style, unaiona?
Yeah, those are issues that let me tell you, you get to JKIA sometimes hata yani unaihurumia.
Iko vibaya.
An airport that was built in 1960s, 70s. We are not moving because of litigation and us being litigious.
Why? Litigation and being litigious.
Yeah.
187. That's A.
Yes.
That I had read.
Yes.
I don't want to say things muone unajua nisingeitoa.
No, we don't have. Iko.
Endelea.
So that is A that I was saying. Then B, transfer of functions and power is not prohibited by legislation under which is to be performed. National government last year actually made an agreement that many people don't know. Yeah, from education, the Minister of Education allowing the county government to issue out bursaries for secondary and university students.
They did that.
Yes, and that's why sahi bursary imefunguliwa. Actually right now counties can give out bursary. because of that agreement. Yes.
So let me ask you, Seth, what does this mean when it comes to devolution? Does this hurt devolution in any way?
It does not hurt because, you see, devolution was supposed to be, it is not fully autonomous in our state. And that's why we said, you remember there was a time I came here and told you guys that devolution tulieka na foundation mbaya. Foundation mbaya ya nini? Ya kuwa we have to get everything from the national government rather than ensuring that we create foundation. We need to create industry. You remember I told you about the Chinese Guangzhou, Shenzhen. You remember that time? Yeah. I told you there are economies that can even fund the whole of Africa.
From a state.
Yes, and let me tell you, do you know hii pesa yenye mnasikia ati sisi tumeenda China kuomba? Mnafikiria ni pesa inatoka wapi? Ni savings za China tumeomba, alafu tunaziregesha na interest.
Unaongea vibaya.
Yes.
Savings za China tumeomba.
Yeah, true. So it is upon us to ensure that our country inaingia into an industrial age so that we are producer than eaters.
Okay, in a nutshell. Yes. In a nutshell, because hiyo mifano yote umetoa the Colombian way, sijui nini. In a nutshell, we shouldn't have a Nairobi city county.
In a nutshell, that would be the way to go. But fortunately, we are already here. It is only high time that where there is positivity, let's allow it.
Okay, nikuulize, this now inaenda the legal way. Is there a way that tunaweza fanya tukaamua kwamba Nairobi iwe tu ni sehemu ya national government na to abolish the county?
Actually, that's how it was supposed to be. Even though ilikuwa inatakana ikue. Lakini because you know, initially when you check on the Kilifi draft, you need to check on the Kilifi draft. There was a place where there was a hub for the national government where haikuwa itakuwa na governor yoyote. Menipata. But many people from Nairobi petitioned that if it goes that way, it means they might lose out on many things. Because let me tell you, you know, Nairobi haijai lack anything.
Yeah.
Haijai lack anything because the revenue that comes from that area can even sustain and run Nairobi County for the whole year without even being given a cent from the national government, because the national government, I think, inawapatia to around 12 billion. Au wenyewe wana produce almost 30 billion.
Wanapewaga 20. Sini 20.
Ni around 20 na wenyewe wanatoa 30.
Wanatoa 30. Alafu mbona
that's around 50.
Mbona haziwaki?
You know, I think that's where the conflict comes from. Whereby we have provisions where we have provisions to take care of garbage collection. We have provisions to take care of water. Like we have set systems.
Yes.
And we expected systems to work.
There are no systems in Kenya. Right now we need to put systems.
What?
Systems that work. For example, if garbage umeshaona garbage collection hapa Mombasa venye inafanywa.
Ni mbaya.
Sasa au wenye wamekewa, so okay, so let's say Nairobi put out like 4 billion for garbage.
Yes.
So now you're saying there's no system for that.
No. So let me be true.
Yeah.
In Nairobi, whatever is happening is cartelism. A business that is done for a few to gain. I'm sorry to say this, but that is the fact. Here in Mombasa, let me be quoted, it is also the same. If you travel to other countries, let me tell you, you would see a van or the lorries at 6 every day, like we used to see. When I was growing up, I could see those trucks, be it in Kisumu. I was very fortunate.
I saw the trucks as well.
I stayed here in Mombasa. I stayed in Nairobi. I stayed in my childhood. I stayed in Kisumu. And in those regions, you would see a truck very early in the morning, before 6. Those trucks, you could not see them during the day.
Sikuzi tunanukishiwa hapa.
Yeah, you could not see them during the day. Ulikuwa utaziona tu usiku, zinawaka usiku. na zitakuja zitachukua inatoje takataka from each and every estate. Right now ask yourself, hizi takataka zenye hazikui picked na hizi system zinaenda wapi? Zinakuwa collected by individuals so that they consolidate them into a specific area. Then ndio sasa county government inakuja inazichukua, kumaanisha sasa hapa kuna uchafu mara ngapi? Mara karibu 3. Unaona? So we need to create systems, and I think Abdul Samad last year but one, he had an idea that he wanted to create a whole new garbage system which was supposed to be done by a certain company. I remember something like that.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. You know, we need to create systems, and I can tell you, enda Rwanda. I think it is a country that many people say it's small, but there are systems. Hakuna mtu utampata ati anatupata kataka hivi. And at the end of every month, sijui ni every month ama one day a month, everyone comes out to clean the town. And if you don't, you are given a fine. And your chief akona paka inaitwaje hesabu yako ya kuwa hujatoka. Yes.
Wow.
But nayo Chigali nayo unaifananisha na Nairobi really. Chigali.
Yes,
you made it look like it's very small.
It's small.
With that smallness, even us in Nairobi, let's put that smallness there.
Yeah.
Maybe tuanze na hapa Mombasa, because Mombasa now is very small. Kadogo pia.
So we don't have systems.
Yeah. But I love what I'm seeing in Mombasa, because they have started putting the street lights, which I see they're working, and people right now are actually trying to follow the law, because immediately after the street lights kuna askari pale. We need not to see askaris
pale Baxter.
Yeah, in my mind, by the way, wangeka kamera, mtu akifanya makosa, mtu akifanya jaywalking, unashtukia tu kwa simu yako umeletewa message ya kuwa umekuwa fined. We are at that age now. Umejua jaywalking?
Sijui nini.
Miriam mueleze jaywalking nini? You don't know? Jaywalking is...
Wewe unajua umeenda huko nini?
No.
Tusumbua.
Wacha uambiwe.
Jaywalking is crossing where you are not supposed to cross as a pedestrian.
Okay, jaywalking. So what is J?
Yeah?
I think.
Unaniambia jaywalking.
Seth achana nayo. You're not winning this war.
I have seen.
You've seen, right?
He decided to be petty.
Just leave it alone. I want us to wrap up, and I know it's we have 9 minutes, so I want us to brush through this story, just to clarify what's going on, right? Over 1,000, we have over 1,000 Kenyans. Allegedly, where's that story? I'm just getting it right now. Reports allege that over 1,000 Kenyans were recruited to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war, right? Last week, the Russian embassy also came out to say that they did not recruit Kenyans from here to go fight in that in the war. Who's telling us the truth, or who's lying? For the Russian thing, it's so unclear. Yeah.
And I cannot say I would diverge into it wholly, because it is so unclear and shrouded with many, but I think it is upon the foreign ministry to come out and ensure that our people are safe out there, and that whatever we are going to do outside the country, but also for us who are also in our country, we need to know what we are signing up.
Okay.
It is so unfortunate that the family, I think somewhere last week, they had to bury someone without the body in the casket. It felt so bad. And it's the role of the national government to ensure that they actually take a tally and know where anyone is in this world. So it is the responsibility of the government to give us an account of where those people are, and what is happening in Ukraine. I think it is upon, hata kama tuko na njaa vipi, ama tuko na uhitaji wa kazi, it is high time for the youth not to just grab any opportunity that comes your way. And if an opportunity is too sweet, you need to think twice.
We need to be vigilant. Thank you so much.
And then also, there are also procedures and protocols of someone to go out. So you need to get into those parameters so that even if you go out, you ensure that your family actually understands. And sisi hapa Mombasa watu wengi wamependa sana hii mambo ya kwenda nje. Hii kwenda nje, warabuni, nini, people need to be very careful. You need to understand where you're going, what kind of work you're going to do, what are the offers, so that you don't go there. It is so unfortunate when you see a young girl who has been either raped, has been mutilated because of issues ati ameenda kunaitwaje, ameenda warabuni ama ameteswa. We need to have systems in our government to ensure that they take up the human rights of our Kenyan people.
All right. Thank you so much, Seth, for making time today.
Asante.
We do appreciate.
Asante sana. We've
been speaking to Seth Mwatela Kamanzi, of course, looking at stories that made headlines across the weekend. And you know what? From us to you as well, we're just saying adios. It's been a good morning.
Very wonderful.
Yes, kesho tutakuwa hapa. It's Legal Tuesday, talking about what's happening in the corridors of law and justice. That one.
Corridor. Saizi tuna jaywalk.
Adios. See you tomorrow.
Swahili Pot 91.7 FM.